to the D4U USA channel. I am so glad that you guys are here because this is the place where we help professionals and entrepreneurs live their American dream through their business or their profession. My name is attorney Mari Ribeiro and I'm an immigration attorney here at D4U USA, and I am so happy that you guys are here. Now, while I am an immigration attorney, I am not your immigration attorney. So everything we're going to be talking about here is going to be strictly for educational purposes only. And that's why I'm leaving our contact information below this video so that you can reach out to us. Just like every person is unique, every case is unique. And so if you want personalized attention, if you want guidance that's really going to be specific to you, I absolutely invite you to reach out to us, send us your questions, send us your resume so that we can help you evaluate whether this visa that we're going to be talking about today is the right one for you. The best thing that you guys need to know is that the evaluation is completely free. So there's really no reason that you really should not be sending anything to us. Definitely reach out to us, definitely contact us. So today we're going to be talking about the EB2 National Interest Waiver, the EB2 NIW. And in another video, I gave you a nice overview of what exactly is the EB2 National Interest Waiver. And in today's video, I want to go into a little bit more specifications about the qualifications so that you can really identify to know whether you qualify for the EB2 National Interest Waiver. And the benefits of having this is that yes, you do get to live and work in the United States. It is a way for you to obtain your green card through your business or through your profession. And the best part about the EB2 National Interest Waiver, and what really separates it from the ordinary EB2 and any other visa or any other application or any other petition, is the fact that you don't have to rely on a US-based company sponsoring your petition in order for you to live and work in the United States. So now you can absolutely see why this particular mode of getting your green card is so attractive. And what's awesome about here at D4U is that we've had over 3,000 applications submitted for our clients. And not only that, but we have a 98% success rate. So you can absolutely feel confident when you are working with us in order to get your green card and start living your American dream here through your business or through your profession. So don't forget to reach out to us below. So let's talk about some of the qualifications in order to see whether or not this is the right way for you to get your permanent residency and live, work in the United States. So firstly, it is for professionals or entrepreneurs. And what do they mean by professionals? So they want people that actually have some kind of degree from their university. Now, this could be an advanced degree like a master's or a PhD or a doctorate. For instance, I'm a lawyer, right? So in order for me to have a post degree, I had to complete not just my 4 years at the university, but also a postgraduate degree after the regular 4 years of university in order to get a postgraduate degree, which is called a Juris Doctor, right? Just to give you an example. So there are lots of other examples like this in order for you to get your master's, your doctorate. So they want to see not only if you maybe don't qualify necessarily for an advanced degree, but let's just say you have a regular university degree from, let's say, a 4-year college, for instance. Not only would they allow that, but they also want to see if you have at least 10 years of experience. Now, typically what we end up seeing is that you have one or the other. I don't want to confuse you to where you think that you need to have both. So either you have an advanced degree or you have a university degree with 10 years of experience. Now, let's talk about a little bit more about the experience that you have to have. The United States government wants to see that the experience is actually progressive. And what does that necessarily mean? So unfortunately, or fortunately, the government doesn't have detailed guidelines on what is considered progressive experience. Now, that might mean that you could get totally confused to see whether or not that this is you or that this is something for you or that you qualify. But the way that we look at it here is that it actually gives you a wide range of ways to show that you actually do have exceptional ability in your field, right? That you do have the progressive experience in your field. Typically what that means is that you are not stagnant. And there's different ways that you can show this. So for example, have you received an increase in your salary, to which it shows that you have started out on one base, and as you continue throughout your career, you're making more and more money. That's just one way to show it. Another way to show is that, have you received different types of titles? Maybe you started out with just a director, and then you turned out to be a managing director, and then a regional director, and then a national director. So have you shown different types of titles within your professions that show that you have scaled throughout that time? Another thing that you can use to show is your duties and responsibilities throughout your career has significantly increased, right? So meaning that the more that you have worked and the more experience that you've had, your responsibilities have also increased, your duties have also increased. Again, these are just some of the ways that you can show that your experience hasn't been stagnant, that you haven't just stayed in one position the entire time, but no, that you've actually moved forward and progressed throughout your career. Another thing that they're going to be looking for is whether or not you as a professional have an exceptional ability. Now, so many times have we seen clients here at D4U USA that they think, oh my gosh, this is not exceptional. The work that I do is not exceptional. My career history, my career path hasn't been anything out of the ordinary. And I would really like to encourage you that absolutely it has. There are so many different professionals that we've met that say there's no way that I qualify as something exceptional, when in fact, when they have a conversation with us, when we see their eligibility, we actually can say this is absolutely something that the government will consider to be an exceptional ability. This is why, again, it's so important that you reach out to us and allow us to take a look at your qualifications to see if this is something that we can help you with, when maybe you don't even have any idea that you do qualify as an exceptional ability. So unlike other guidelines, they actually do have 7 different ways in which you can show that you do have an exceptional ability. And I'm going to run through the list. The good thing is that you don't have to meet all 7 of them. All you have to do is meet 3. So let's get started with the 7 different criteria. First, they want to know whether or not you actually have a degree. That should be super simple to show, just with a transcript or just proof of your diploma or your degree in your area in which you have an exceptional ability. The other thing is, do you have letters of recommendation? So this is going to be letters in which your peers, people in your field, authority figures can actually show and are willing to write and sign the fact that you do have at least 10 years of experience doing what you do as an exceptional professional. The other thing they're going to look at is your salary, whether or not you have had an increase in your salary to command the fact that you are someone with an exceptional ability, that you are actually worth being paid for your exceptional ability that is far above people in your industry, like peers. The other thing they want to see is whether or not you are participating in memberships or organizations in your field. So they want to see that you are actively participating, having memberships, stepping into leadership roles, and becoming in these organizations that really help to solidify the fact that you do have an expertise in your area. The other thing they want to see is whether or not you have recognition. So this is a really big one where we can show that you have been awarded or recognized for the work that you have been doing, or for the significant contributions that you have been making to an industry. They want to see that you have been recognized either by authorities, governments, peers, things of that nature, which actually show that your work is absolutely exceptional. Lastly, and my favorite, is a catch-all. Do you have any other type of evidence which is going to support or show the US government that you do have an exceptional ability? Now, some of you might be thinking, how do you have any other kind of evidence? But that is why D4U can absolutely help you with this, because it's not necessarily the type of evidence that you're going to be submitting that's important. The government actually wants to see the quality of the evidence that you are going to be showing. And when I mean evidence, I want to actually show you one of our cases, which is here in my hands, for a EB2 national interest waiver. This is a lot of evidence, but this is exactly why we are experts in what we do, because all of this is going to help you prepare a strong petition to increase your chances. Now remember, I told you that we have over 3,000 applications and we have a 98% success rate. And this is why, because we are so good at what we do that we know what the government is looking for. And that's why when you do your free evaluation with us, we'll be able to pinpoint whether or not this is something that we can totally help you with. Once that you've been able to show that you are a professional as defined by USCIS, the government, right? They're going to have some other criteria specifically which allows you to ask the government to waive the requirement of the labor certification or having a company sponsor you or having a job offer. So like I mentioned in other EB2s, you are going to be required to have an employer actually petition for you, but that is not the case with a national interest waiver. So it's actually going to be something that you are going to be asking for the United States government. Government, please waive the requirement that I don't need a job offer or I don't need an employer to sponsor me because of the fact that the work that I'm going to be doing is just so important that it outweighs the need for an employer to hire me or for me to have a job offer. And I'm going to go through that a little bit more in detail. So the first thing they're going to be looking for is whether or not your work is of substantial merit. And these are typically in the areas of engineering, technology, and health. These are the things that the United States really is looking to attract here in the United States because these are of the utmost importance within our government and within our culture, right? So what is substantial merit? We want to make sure that those things are of importance. It's actually going to change the trajectory in those three areas within the United States. And some of the things could be, is it going to have an impact on the economy? Is it going to have an impact on health in general in the health system within the United States? Is this going to help the sciences like in engineering within the United States? These are going to be some of the things that they're going to be looking for to show that you have substantial merit and that your work is really valuable within the United States. Once you're able to show that the work that you're going to be doing is of substantial merit, you want to show that it's actually going to have a national impact. That's right, that it's going to be important within all 50 states of the United States, not just in California, but also in New York and in Florida and everywhere in between. They want to make sure that the problems that you are addressing or the impact that you're going to be having isn't going to be limited to just a part of the United States, but in fact is actually going to benefit the entire nation as a whole. Now again, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, the work that I'm doing may not necessarily qualify for this, when in fact, if you hit in those areas that we mentioned, there are absolutely ways that we can help show your case would absolutely have a national impact for the benefit of the United States. And again, the government is going to be looking, how important is the work that you're going to be doing in comparison with the need to protect United States job market, right? So we want to show that it's not so important to require that an employer is actually going to be hiring you or submitting your petition for you, but that the work that you are going to be doing is so important that it outweighs the need for an employer or a job offer. And that's really what they're looking for when they are doing the national interest waiver petition. So I want to share with you some of the ways in which you can show that the work that you are going to be doing is of substantial merit and also of national importance. And the first thing is publications. Have you been published? Have you written articles? Have you written books? Have you put out written works for other people to see so that you are really presenting the work that you are doing in an authoritative way? That's the first thing, publications. The other thing is have other people, other professionals, other authorities, other people in your industry looked to your publications and cited to it. So not only are you published and your work is out there, but other professionals are actually leaning into that work and using it for a basis for their own publications and for their own work as well. The other thing that they're going to be looking for is letters of recommendation. So do you have notable people in your industry, in your field, who are authorities that are also saying, I recommend that this person be admitted into the United States because the work that they are doing is of such significance. They also want to see that that work that you have been doing has been for at least 10 years as well. So letters of recommendations is a solid way and an essential way in order to show that yes, the work that you are doing is of national importance and that it is in the best interest of the United States to bring you into here with the EB2 National Interest Waiver. So another way that we can show this is not just your publications, which we mentioned just moments ago, right? But are there publications about you? So have you had any kind of media coverage, maybe on nationally recognized publications or media outlets that maybe not just are national, but even maybe globally accessible? These are things that are also going to show that you really are notable, that you are an authority because other people have been wanting to write about you, to publish about you. Lastly, maybe you have patents or contracts that show that the work that you are doing is actually needed and required by other people in your industry. So what do I mean by that? Patents are protections around inventions. Maybe you've created some kind of patent product or system or something along those lines in which you have actually legally secured the ownership of those inventions. And not only do you own them, but you're also licensing them out. You're giving other people in your industry permission to use those. The other thing that we can lean on is industry standards. So have you contributed or created standards in which other peers look for to meet standards that are widely used in your area of expertise? Now, these are just some of the things that you can show. And again, you don't have to meet every single one of these criteria, but you do need to meet a significant portion because remember, these applications are massive. And that's again why you would want someone like D4U helping you put together these very strong petitions to really increase your chances of living your American dream through the EB2 National Interest Waiver. So I know that we covered a whole lot of different ways in which you can see whether or not you qualify for the EB2 National Interest Waiver. And I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I want you to reach out to us. I'm leaving the email below so that you can reach out, contact us, write to us, ask us if this is something that you think is the right way for you to get your green card. And of course, if you think that you might know somebody like another professional who is looking to use their profession, their experience in order to live the American dream, make sure you share this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.